We continue our special series this morning with a look at ourselves. To put it quite simply, we are a nation of overeaters. But the good news is there's some simple things that all of us can do about it, and Early Show consumer correspondent Susan Koeppen has details. Good morning, Susan.
Good morning, Hannah. Believe it or not, you can eat fast food, chocolate, candy, and cookies and still shed pounds. You are about to meet a professor who says it all comes down to something very simple: portion control.
Pizza, burgers, fries. We think they're the enemy in the battle of the bulge, but maybe not.
Yes, you can eat all those things and lose weight.
Nutrition expert Jim Painter says it's not so much what you eat, but how much you eat. He proves it in his documentary, Portion Size Me, where he puts two of his students on a 30-day fast food diet.
They both ended up losing a couple of pounds. Their blood cholesterol levels dropped. Their blood lipids stayed normal. Their liver enzymes stayed normal. Everything was fine if they ate the right portion.
And this was eating fast food every day.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And they ended up losing weight.
But getting the right portion size is getting harder. Painter showed us how portions have ballooned. This is a Caesar salad from 20 years ago versus today. Double the portion, double the calories.
And same with the pasta and the meatballs.
Same with the pasta and meatballs. Now, if you just say, give me the regular serving, it's going to be almost twice as much.
And just look at a regular burger and fries from the 50s compared to now.
But don't you think people want this? They don't want that.
They really do. And so one of the problems is that we have this idea that more is better. And if you look at people's waistlines, they are more now, and it's not better.
But is it possible to eat smaller portions and still be satisfied? Painter says yes, and to prove his point, he helped us set up an experiment. We invited this group of people to take part in an all-you-can-eat ice cream taste test.
Take as much as you want. If you want to come back for seconds, you can come back for seconds.
We started by splitting them into two separate groups. Group A was given a big scoop, big bowls, and big spoons. Group B was given a scoop, bowls, and spoons about half the size. As a result, Group A took huge portions and piled on the toppings. Once we weighed each bowl, they chowed down. Everyone in this group ate quickly. Most even came back for seconds. But watch what happened when we brought in Group B, the ones with the smaller bowls. They filled their dishes, but with smaller spoons, it took them more time to get to the bottom, and most quit after only one serving.
Does everybody feel like they ate enough ice cream?
Yes.
Yes. Then we revealed the truth of our experiment and the results. Even though both groups told us they were completely satisfied, Group A, the one with the bigger bowls and spoons, ate twice as much as Group B.
Are you surprised that you guys ate double what they ate?
Absolutely. And I can definitely see how just the size of the bowls did it.
Why do you think your group ate less?
I guess because when you see that your bowl's full and then you eat everything in there, you feel that you had enough and that's all that you need.
Jim Painter says the lesson is simple. Control your weight by controlling your portion size.
What is the appropriate size?
I don't think you need to make a big calculation. And I tell people this, and I'm really serious about this. Reach down and grab your side. If there's more there between your thumb and your index finger than you want, think small and choose small.
Yes, I have that problem. Painter...
Don't do that now, Susie. You're pregnant. You're eating for two. But what do you have here?
Well, Painter says that choosing small can be as easy as downsizing all of your plates, bowls, and glasses. So here's a look at the dinner plate that I normally use at home. It's huge, so I'm downsizing to this plate.
Okay. You know what? We actually did that in our house.
And did it work?
Yeah, of course it works, because
Yeah,
you put
it
the
does.
same amount of food and it looks like it's full on the plate.
Absolutely.
He has some other great tips. He's such a funny personality, too. He says you should write everything down, right?
Yeah, he said if you start keeping track of everything that you eat, you will look at your log and say, oh my God, I'm a pig, and you'll stop eating. What happens is we lose track of how much we eat all day, so write it down, you'll lose weight.
And he says if you go out to eat, consider splitting your meal with somebody.
Right, either split your meal with your spouse or your friend immediately, or as soon as your plate comes to the table, ask the waiter or waitress for a doggy bag. And before you start eating, make your doggy bag so you only eat half.
They're going to look at you like you're absolutely nuts. Okay, the other one is buy smaller packages of foods that you like.
Right. If you're like me, you buy a bag of chips, you eat the whole thing. So he
Do you really?
Well, sometimes. So he says instead of buying the huge bag, buy the really small bag. So the single serving. And there are companies now that are making bags that are 100-calorie packs, so you know you're getting 100 calories if you eat this. And then if you really want more, you can go back and get another bag.
Yeah, but you'll feel a lot more guilty about it.
Exactly.
You did an experiment in our newsroom with candy. What was it?
Right, we put Hershey Kisses in a bowl. We started with the bowl in the center of the newsroom on our assignment desk so everyone could see it. People started eating those. Then we moved the bowl to the back of the newsroom, so it was sort of out of reach. When it was in the front and everyone could see it, people ate 3 times as more.
Oh my gosh. So the tip is to keep it out of the way and hard to get to.
Keep it out of the way.
All right, Susan Koeppen, thanks so much.